1, 2, 1, 2. There we go. There we go. It's a bit more like it. And that should also... So now you get a lovely view of OBS. How we're doing. I don't know why I'm not getting audio from my desktop. Which is interesting, because you should. I don't know why that's happening. But oh well. It is what it is. I'm going to have to deal with no drum sound temporarily. Right. In which case, today is a pad lesson day. Cool. Because that should have audio. Definitely should have audio. Let me know if you can hear the drum sound, not pad sound. I have a feeling you don't. Iris, if it was me playing, it would be better with no sound. Oh, come on now. Be kind to yourself. Cool. You can hear the drum. Okay. That's good to know. John E, it's 2 a.m. I'm going to sleep now. Don't blame you, mate. 2 a.m. is not the time for hearing drums. Okay, I'm getting some people saying pad sound, some people saying hearing the drums. Does everyone know what drums sound like and not pads? Okay, you can hear drums. That's good. Okay. In which case we're on a roll, lads. Let the stream begin. 7 minutes after it's supposed to. So, what's everybody working on? Give me the update. B2B drummer B2B. How do I convince my 4-year-old son to pick up the drums so I can play them? Asking for a friend. I think you have to be the role model and play drums first, and then 4-year-old son will want to be like dad. That's what I think. FBI guy saying it's 2 a.m. For me it's 11 a.m. and I'm watching the stream from school. Why are you watching this stream from school? Get back to your books. Your books and stuff. What are you listening to me for? I know I'm technically an educator. B2B drummer. My wife won't let me. Won't let you? Tell you what, okay, right. Here's my thinking. This is why your children should play drums, okay? It will help with coordination, math skills, and for you, in the long run, it will help prevent, what's the word? Ironically enough, talking about diseases that cause brain decay and issues. Degenerative, that's the word. It helps prevent degenerative brain diseases such as Alzheimer's and dementia. So there, if there wasn't an excuse enough. And also, electric kits are more quiet. So hopefully show this to your wife. Tell me your wife's name and I would talk to her directly. FBI guy, you need to sell your wife and buy some cool pearl drums. Now, I'm not recommending that. That didn't come from me. That was, no. Turbo Man. Yes. Do you remember I asked you your thoughts on Ian Paice? I went to see Brian Downey last week with his band, and at 73 he was absolutely outstanding. As hard-hitting yet accurate as ever. Your thoughts? My thoughts are remaining that Ian Paice is amazing. I did see a video of him on, I don't know, was it Instagram lately? And it really, like, a lot of my music taste is older anyway. So seeing all of these guys who are absolutely amazing getting old and craggy, it just hurts. And unfortunately, Ian Paice is starting to look older than he has done. I'm not saying that he's in any way looking like he's on the way out or anything like that, but it's just like the passage of time is cruel, people. It's cruel. But yes, I haven't seen any footage of him playing recently. When I saw Deep Purple back in 2012, 2013, it was very cool, but most of the audience was also like pushing 60, so it was a sit down gig, if you know what I mean. And 13-year-old me was having none of it. So I was the only enthusiastic teenage girl there. Party Cat says hi. I say hi to you, Party Cat. I hope you're having a good party, Cat. Morgan. Oh, I apologise for this. Is it th as a P or is it just P? Sapangilla? Sapangilla. I haven't got it. Morgan! Do you plan on posting much on your personal channel? Funny you should ask that. This is a very conveniently timed plug. So I, as viewers of mine may know of the long-term variety, I have a bit of a crazy room because I'm in my childhood bedroom. My bed is here and it winds down with a crank that's over here. I have a pull-out wardrobe here, a sliding door and all that malarkey. So, as if that wasn't enough, my desk situation, which is currently over here and you can't see it, and I will reveal it when I do a YouTube video about it on my personal channel because I did film some stuff to do it. But it's a standing desk, but not only a standing desk, because I sit all the time and I wanted to just do some standing. I didn't want to do the conventional route and just get a flat, thin desk. No, no, no. Vintage desk off of Facebook Marketplace. It's delicious. It's amazing. It looks so good. The vibes on point. So I'm going to be posting a video there about that. I also have some footage from a weekend away, well, weekend was it in the week, but whatever, in Skegness with Bryony Dunn and The Forest. I don't know if that's main channel material or not. We're discussing different things to go on the long form for this channel because in all honesty, I'm doing a lot of like 3 grooves, 3 this, 3 that, and I think it'd be more entertaining for people to do some different stuff on top of that. So maybe it'll be here, maybe it'll be on my personal YouTube channel. I haven't posted there for quite some time, and I really want to do more posting there, but Gal has not got the oats. I do so much editing. So much, and as much as I do love doing my own YouTube channel, it's just a step too much at the current moment. But I would really love to do more STEM tours and stuff like that because I just love it. I just love nerding out about music and talking about production, about things that I have no bloody clue about. But by God, do I have an opinion? Oh yeah. Party Cat, I'm in LA. I really enjoy watching your videos. Thank you so much. From the tiny icon I can see, I can enjoy your tiny icon. I like it. Jokester Aiden, yo, my favourite drum teacher. Yo! Thank you. Diamond Girl, what's your best advice for older beginners? Ooh. Stop comparing yourself to younger beginners. I know. There are benefits to learning young. Much like learning a language, there are just things that will be easier when you're younger. But you're not younger, and that is fine. It's literally fine. The advantages to being an older drummer or starting earlier, any skill really, it means that you have a better understanding of the discipline it takes to develop a skill, and you're more able to assign time for yourself if you so wish. Some people are not, but if you're really serious about it, you can actually assign the time to do things, and you're probably better able to gauge your own progress, and like that side of things is much easier. And having more control over your learning journey, who you go to, who you're taught by, you know, it's much more in your control. As when you're younger, obviously, it's kind of like you get plonked with a teacher and you don't have any idea of what you want. really, and there's just a lot of minus learning things quickly. I don't know many other benefits. Because in some cases there might also be things, like for me, for example, I don't remember learning a lot of the things I know. I remember some of them, but the core stuff I don't actually remember, which again, it could be a positive or a negative. For some people that really hinders them in terms of if they want to become a teacher and they don't know how to describe what they've learned. For me, I don't know how I've managed to, via osmosis, also take in how I was taught said things. But anyway. Best advice, small parts, many times. Yes. Bok, you are correct. Simple things. Make the difficult things into small enough chunks that they are simple. Play them lots, and then stick them all together. I'm wiping all the dust off of my drum kit. I'm going to write a little smiley face. Did you see that? That also shows how dusty my drum kit is. Stop looking at that. X01, nobody panic, I have arrived, finally. Don't worry, I won't. Jokes to Aiden, can you play the song Caravan from Whiplash? It's one of my favourite movies. Short answer, no. Long answer, no. Mainly because I've never really looked into it. I've actually, I'm gonna commit what feels like a cardinal sin here, and I'm gonna admit, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna upset 41 people now, and everyone else who watches this after this. I haven't seen Whiplash. Don't tell anybody, please. Don't tell the drum police. I don't know why I don't care. I just don't care. I'm sure at some point in the dim and distant I will see it, but movies like that stress me out. I'm not the kind of stressful movie get out. Plonk me in front of a crime thriller, sure, but like people yelling at each other, I'm not about. I'm sure it's great. I just haven't seen it. I think I have seen the clip of the caravan bit though, which is cool. Nicely shot. Cool playing. Party cat. Do you like Mitch Mitchell? Yes, I do like Mitch Mitchell. I haven't studied, I'd say, him, but the fact that he uses six strokes a lot makes me very happy, because I use six strokes a lot. FBI guy, Emma's going to hell for that. See you there, lads. I'm okay. That's fine. I can cope with that. You know what? Sometimes it takes the strongest people to go against the grain. It takes people like me, influential drummer that I may be, to not watch Whiplash just out of spite. See how many people it upsets. Turbo Man, has Drumeo been in touch? We need you on there. No, they have not. I think they, at the very, very, very beginning, they offered me a free trial, and that was about it. But yes, we shall, who knows what will come in the future, who knows. Where are you based, JJ Bleecker? I am in the south of England, namely kind of Reading area. That's where I am. If you're international, it's not London, but you may as well call it London for most international people. Interesting hearing your opinions on Styx, K the V, and the Throne for me, who has some muscle issues. Trying to find the least painful, most balanced choice. I haven't played drums for 15 plus years. Ooh, interesting. So, probably better advice on sticks, and it's quite simple. I'd go lighter sticks, so like 7As instead of 7Bs. If you're hopefully on, you probably get less trouble from electric kits because they're bouncier and therefore a bit more forgiving if you're playing for long periods of time. What else would I say? Throne wise, I don't have a very technical opinion on that. Is my butt comfy? Good. Is it wobbling? No. Cool. That's usually my line of thinking. So unfortunately, my advice is not worth very much. I don't know if having a back support in the long run is actually better for you. I'm not sure, because I haven't ever had one like that for a long time, a long period of time. I've sat on them, but don't have any strong opinions. Bok, it's 4:20 where I am. Good for you. Lucky you. And I'm so happy this is on. Woo! I'm happy that you're happy. Good for you. Mark Rabbit, I feel like you've been in these before. I recognise the name. Hello, how's it going? I've started to use Six Stroke due to you. It's a bit of a strange feel. Yes, and I love it. Six Strokes are my favourite. I've played them so much at this point that I am starting to try and find different routes that are not Six Strokes, but I just love Six Strokes. I think the strange feel of it is more the circular feel of it, because you've got that. I see it as a circle. I loves it. I loves it. Samantha Warethorn, I'm going to see the Foo Fighters next month. What do you think of any of their drummers? Taylor is the first I took notice of. I'm gonna upset a lot of people and say I don't follow really. My finger is not on the pulse when it comes to other drummers. I know that Taylor Hawkins is obviously an amazing drummer, as is Dave Grohl. I don't know about the person who's replacing Taylor Hawkins, but I'm sure he's crack. I'm sure he's amazing. He kind of has to be. So that's my surface level opinion on that, because I don't have much more than that. Party Cat. It's late and I'm tired. Last question. Do you do tracks and send them to people for money? How much money are we talking? That's my question. That will be the classic, okay, you've told me this thing. My answer, what's the budget? Because everyone has a price. I don't really have... I do recordings for people when the time calls for it. I'm more than happy to do it. At home, all I've really got is an electric kit. So if you want some MIDI, drop us an email, alpinehq@gmail.com. We'll see. Cool. Hello from New Zealand. Soul Power, hello to you. XO1. No, you love double bass questions, Emma. You know me well. So I won't ask one. Good. How do I keep time and count with double bass at 180 BPM? Very carefully. Also, I lied about asking double bass question. Sneaky. Oh, I don't know. You know what? Actually, I'm going to call out Ryan here. Go to my Discord, as I do have a Discord. I try and pop my head in every so often, but I kind of want it to be where a lot of drummers can just chat amongst themselves. I think there's like 600 people in it at this point, which is mad. But pose that question in the chat and tag 105mm Studios, also known as Ryan. He's one of the admins. He's your double bass guy. He will direct you in the right direction. Hello from Australia. Hello to you, Daniel, in Australia. Hi from India. Hello, Paul Jefferson, in India. Any rim shot tips for electric snare? I mean, I hit them the same way as on acoustic. It depends on what you've got in terms of a module, in terms of the brain of the drum kit. It depends how sensitive your kits are. I am going to be a hypocrite here and say try not to play rim shots all the time, because it is a very easy habit to get into. Especially, and I'm saying this because I do them way too much and I love them, but I do them too much. It's easy to get into the habit, especially on electric kits, because you don't realise how loud they can be. So that's my advice. No Name Drummer. Ironically, your name is No Name Drummer, so you do have a name and it's No Name Drummer. But I always find a hurter difficult to interpret. Do you see it as 2 short notes and 2 long, or more as a triplet feel? Hope that question is clear. Let me look up what a hurter is, because this is one that I always get a bit confused by. Hurter. Drums. Did I spell drums right? Yes, I did. Images. Show me the notation. Tick-a-da-da, tick-a-da-da. Did it? Ooh. Interesting. Are we going to get an advert? Of course we are. Tina. I don't need this. I don't need this. I don't need you to tell me to go on holiday. Of course I want to go on holiday. Right.
Beyond simply being a really interesting pattern, the
I see. Ha ha ha. Oh yeah. So double one, double. Oh. Oh. Da 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 da. You know what I'm doing like? What should the sticking be? I don't know. Oh, it's all leading with the right. It's not triplets in answer to your question. Yes, it's short, short, long, long. Short, short, long, long, short, short, long, long. Ah. See, that's answered that question for me too, so thank you very much. Ah. See, the way I'd normally play it is like da 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 da. Ooh. Ooh. Something like that instead. But cool. I like it. Just wasting my time. Did you go to school for drumming? Yes, Yes, I did. I started playing drums when I was like 9, and then I went and played in school bands up until obviously I left school, but I was 16 when I left school, and I went to ACM, which is the Academy of Contemporary Music, which is where I did a diploma and then a degree in music performance, I'm pretty sure. Do I know the name of my degree that I've got? Not really, but it gave me a lot of skills. And yes, technically you could say I went to uni for drums. I've got lots of different countries. I've got Rocky from Brazil. I do not know how to pronounce that. From Siberia. Chilly spot. Lots of space. Interesting spelling of Thomas. From Finland. Oh God. There we go. Soul Limb Independence. Why is it so hard? What do you think the best training method is? Much like any broad topic or problem, like limb independence or speed or the big questions, how does it improve? There are multiple routes to the same thing, same solution, right? And the way I see limb independence, for example, I'm just trying to think of the best way to think about it. It's the same with improvising. It's the same with getting flow in your playing. You, over time, learn bits and pieces of coordination or different rudiments or different combinations of sticking patterns, and eventually you start to integrate them all together as one. So getting really good with lots of different independence exercises is going to give you a good grounding in general independence. There are good exercises that I recommend to everyone, and I've probably barked on about, especially here, quite a lot. So things like what's it called? Is it the fat back exercise? Essentially playing like eighth note groove hands, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and a lot slower than that. And then moving the bass drum from the 1, the E, the and, the and through the rest of the bar. Each bar you move the bass drum forward a 16th note. So I've talked about that on previous live streams before. So it's exercises like that, but every combination of different things you can imagine you could do. So that's one of the main ones, and then the other one is 16th notes in the hands. Putting the accents through that to get coordination between the hands. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, yeah. Didn't warm up before I started playing today. That's clearly the only reason I would ever make a mistake. And then you'd probably, if you want to take that like a step further, you'd set your hands doing one of those patterns, probably the downbeat, and then you'd put the bass drum on the 1, the E, the and, the Ooh, switching the brain on. Whoa, whoa. In fact, I might do that in the workout that will start in just a moment. After I tighten this pedal a little bit, this pedal just does runabout on this bass drum every time. It's really annoying. I've done it forever. Have I done anything to fix it? No. No, I haven't. Vicurial? Are there any apps you would recommend for learning on an acoustic kit? The only one I have come across that you can, I think, calibrate with an acoustic kit, I haven't tried it with an acoustic, but I think it does work, is Melodics. And yes, it does cost some money, but it's kind of like Guitar Hero, but for different instruments, and you watch it and play along, and it tells you how accurate you are. And it's just, it seems like a really cool piece of software. So I'd try that out, honestly. Give it a go. I'd be interested to get some first-hand accounts of how people get on with it. Mitchie. Hello, Emma. First of all, thank you for all your tutorials. Thank you for the compliment. KJ Bunny Boiler 6353. More cowbell. I actually can't hear my own drum kit right now, so I'm gonna just assume if I go here, is this a cowbell? I think this is a cowbell. I think. Somewhere here. Either way, there was a cowbell in there somewhere. Like that. There we go. More cowbell. The leftist owl. Have you worked on your blast beats? No. No, I haven't. Do I feel any guilt? No. No, I don't. Hop. How do you stop the left hand from lagging behind when doing Bonham triplets? This. Yeah, it's a big one. That one. I'd say, obviously taking the tempo back down again and counting aloud and really feeling that middle note, because that middle note feels really awkward. We don't usually mess with the middle of a triplet. Usually we take it out and play a shuffle. So getting really, let me think. I'm playing right left kick. Usually, because it's actually usually the bass drum that goes out of sync. The hands can cope, but then the kick delays and wants to go in time with the downbeat, so you get it just catches up like that. So find a tempo where you can loop it and you know that it's in time, and incrementally bring it up. And when you feel that awkwardness start to develop in the left hand, take it down again and kind of just work with it, gradually moving up, really focusing on that left hand. That's what I'd say. Make sure you keep counting as well, because it'll be easy to get lost if you move your focus away from the downbeat. So give that a go. Ayrton Elmeda? Any tips for a blind drummer? Thanks for your amazing content. Ooh. I don't know. It depends what specifically you find that you struggle with. As obviously the main downside is not being able to see sheet music and not being able to see your bandmates. But in a lot of ways, that can be of a benefit because it means you have to focus on how it sounds. So I don't know. I don't know what my advice would be. I think there are benefits, actually, to not being able to see. And also large downsides of not being able to sight read. Just trying to think. Because I have had a student who is kind of blind/visually impaired. And you can work with teachers just as well, because you can just describe things differently. Can everyone still hear the audio? I just got a comment that we can't. But yeah, Ayrton, if you have any specific questions or specific struggles, I'll see what I can come up with in my noggin. Claire Stebbins, what rudiments should I start with as a new drummer? Singles and doubles. Honestly, if you can get those down, don't worry about the rest. Maybe some paradiddles, but paradiddles are just singles and doubles put together. So if your singles and doubles are good, you've got everything else sorted. Don't worry. If someone gives... I had another student who was like, my teacher gave me a sheet of all the rudiments and I didn't... It's overwhelming. And yes, it is overwhelming. So just focus on singles and doubles. There's 2 separate techniques which will just come up in every other rudiment, essentially. Dwan, the average drummer. Do you use backing tracks when playing live? Not really, but I have done... Well, I can't remember when I have. I know I have, at some point, but not loads. Mostly not, because we don't need to, for the specific gigs we're doing. But when we do, I will. Do you have noise reduction platform for your... No, I don't. I don't have a noise platform for this drum kit because this is just my family home. So some noise going downstairs isn't too much of an issue. I am trying to consider what I'm going to do when I eventually move out, because that's a big one. I'm going to need a drum kit. Time to chop some tennis balls in half, I think. Left us out. What genre of music do you enjoy playing the most? I like a bit of everything, but I am a sucker for classic function gig, like disco, because I just love the effect it has on other people. Like, you can play funky stuff that's satisfying for me, and like really cool intricate stuff where you can see the crowd going, "Oh my god, she's amazing," you know. But I like getting people to dance and feel good, and putting some fancy stuff in with that. Sticko drums, what's your go-to groove when you sit down and play whatever? I need somewhere to start. I'm trying to get out of this, actually, honestly. Hang on. Okay. My go-to is usually some sort of inverted paradiddle, inverted double. That kind of thing. I'm getting a bit bored of it, quite frankly. So I'm trying to think of different things to do. For noise reduction, I use the rubber stuff that goes under a washing machine. Didn't think about that. I like your thinking, Neo. Enjoy Wilson MGP. Enjoying the right, left kick short. Advice, please, on placement as a fill. Starting on the and of 4 of the groove seems to help exit the fill back into the groove. Oh. So I'm guessing you're playing that as a triplet then. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Yeah. Okay, so it's a tricky one using it that fast in that placement because you'll end up with a kick on the very last note of the sextuplet or triplet or however you're playing it. And then you have a kick straight after. I suggest when doing rows of things like that, it can be good to maybe change the last variation, so just a single structure or something. Like right left. But in terms of placement, what I'd say, as a general rule with all of these like 5/3s, linear whatevers, just move the right hand, keep the left hand on the snare drum. You can do that. I'm just trying to think of dumb things you could do, which is like split the double on the left, but I don't know how you do that. You could do something like that. So that's just the right hand on the floor tom, and then the left, right, left kick. Splitting that double. That doesn't flow very well though. Things like that. That's what I'd do, quite frankly. Right. Just trying to think what to do with the workout, honestly. Shigadoo. Gareth Draper, I have one arm. How do I play right, left? You guys are throwing the tricky questions at me today. So, arm drummer I know about, and probably, and I don't know how they figured out how to get him to play all the parts that he did. I think there's a lot of pedals involved. So maybe look into that. I have no idea how his system works at all. Not a clue. But that's the only one I know about. Just refresh that because I think it's crashing a little bit. Right. Can you... Alperin? Can you give me a quick 6/8 hip hop beat? I don't think there's much hip hop in 6/8. But I think what you mean is like a 16th note swing shuffle. Like a... that kind of thing. Is that his name, Rick Allen? Is that the guy? I don't know why I'm asking you guys when I have the internet at my disposal. Yes, I think that's... Yeah. It's what's its face. It's him. Yeah. So look up Rick Allen. See what his setup is. What do I want to do? I said what I wanted to do earlier. What was it? Ah, yes. Okay, so... Okay. Intermediate workout. We're not going to do beginner workout today. We're going to do intermediate. You can follow along if you're a beginner. And you don't actually need a drum kit. You just need a pad and a foot. So to all my feetless drummers out there, so apparently we've got everyone in the crowd today. If you're without feet, sorry about it. I don't know what I can give you. But what we're going to do, it's probably going to be quite short, but that's the whole point of these exercises. We're going to do groups of 16th notes, accenting the first of each 4. We like it. Nice and simple. And we're going to count out loud. 1, E, and 2, E, and And this is a good excuse just to get your technique up to snuff. Just turn the reverb off of that kit. So we want to make sure all the accents are accents and all the other notes are taps. Notice how my taps aren't going above, I don't know, a couple inches, 3 inches, so. And we want to gain those taps, not by moving the elbow like that. We want them by kind of almost dropping the stick. You're not, because you're not doing that. A slight wrist motion. The more interesting one is when you get over the accent over here, because we're going accent, I lift from the wrist because I'm doing slightly molar technique. Lift from there, whip it up, whap. That's your accent, and then you just do tap. So, yes, this is kind of beginner's bit. I wouldn't go this fast either, actually. Sorry. If you're trying to get this for the first time, I suggest you take it as slow as you need to get it correct. So even if that is quite literally, okay, lift from the wrist, whip it back, 1, tap, 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 lift from the wrist. Because that's the bit that usually goes wrong. That's the bit that goes a bit skew whiff. Most people just go revert back to what they always do, which is that. Wrist to. So we keep that rolling for a little bit. Remember the wrist. 4, E, and 1, E, and So if you've never done that before, that's exercise enough for your brain. And if you want to take that to the next level, you'd want to put the accent through the whole thing. So you put the accent on the 1, like we're doing already, and then you move it to the E, count out loud. It's the only thing that will keep you in time with that. So 1, E. The reason you want to practice that is because you want to get used to doing that mode of flick in the left. So 1, E, and 2, E. So on and so forth through the ands, 1, E, and the 1, E, and through bars, loop it loads and loads and loads and loads and loads. Said it before, say it again. Say it out loud. If you can say it, you can play it. So, what we're going to do is actually place the bass drum. So we're going to stick the accent just on the 1 to keep life easy, and play the bass drum first of all on the numbers, then the E's, then the and, then the Ideally, you want to get it to a point where you're doing a bar of each, but I'd practice each one individually until you feel very comfortable with all of them. Counting out loud. Again, I'm going to say it again. Counting out loud. And then you stick them together. So, let's start with 1. So, bass drum coming down with the accent. 4. 3. That should be the easy one. Now, it gets interesting because we're now going to start playing the bass drum with a tap on E. So you get 1 E, 2 E, 3 E, 4 E. Wake up, brain. Arturo, I will get to your question on drum rolls in just a moment. E, 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 4 E. Ooh. Can you tell I don't do this exercise very often? 4 E, and then we're going to go the and. So again, this is going to fall with the tap. Couple more then, because that feels good. 3 and. Really try not to accent the and on the right hand. And 2. And it's really tempting to do this. Don't want that. Like I just did. and. Okay. Last one is the 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, jiggy 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 1, 2, 3, 4, stop. So you want to glue all those together and get some speed up with them, preferably, but don't push it. Go as slow as you need to go to get it right, to get it accurate, to be able to say it while you play it, and without flamming between limbs. Got to be clean, otherwise there's no point. So, I think I'm going to keep it very short and sweet. I think I say that about every workout, because that's the whole point. I want to keep it short and sweet. Right, back to some questions before we leave it there. So, drum rolls. 2 rolls you can do. That's probably the one you're talking about, and that one there is a press roll, also known as a buzz roll. It's a different technique to a single stroke roll. You hear with single stroke rolls very defined single notes, whereas with a buzz, all merges into this long distant sound, which is cool. So how do you get it? Most people actually revert to this before they go to it, because single stroke rolls are actually harder. Essentially, you're pressing lightly into the drum. So if you're pressing and it's not giving you anything back, you're pressing too hard. You are gripping the stick, you're pressing into the drum, but you are still almost loosely holding the stick. And what you want to do is extend out those buzzes. You want to get it in both hands in order to get it to go as long as you can get it. My hand is really quite loose, so my fingers aren't doing anything here really. The longer you can extend out each buzz, the better, because what happens is you eventually go from hand to hand. So extend it out. And eventually, what you want to do is start one just before the other end. And that in and of itself takes a bit of time to get. What people often get is they press too hard, so you end up still getting kind of this. And it's just a matter of time and feeling things out to really smooth it out. Because eventually, you don't need to do this big action to get a buzz. And the other thing about that is, what I'm actually doing is playing, let's say, 16th notes and just buzzing like that. So that's how you end up with more of a cohesive sound instead of going 1, 2, 1. And you just make it smaller and more delicate. I'd aim for the outside of the snare drum because it'll have a bit more bounce to it. So there you go. There's drum rolls for you. Omar87, where's the ponytail? I don't know. Where is the ponytail? You tell me. X01. Am I tripping balls, or is there a smiley face on that symbol? No, there isn't. It's just emphasising how dusty my symbols are. Right. Sorry, drum with no legs. You put one leg on the throne, on the bass drum pedal, and rock back and forth to play it. What? I saw a video of a drummer with no legs, and he put one leg on the throne and one on the bass drum pedal and rocked back and forth. Damn. That's quite impressive. I'm not sure how that works. He must have been really low down. Huh. Who knows? Justin Wright, any advice on cymbal and pad sensitivity settings on the Roland kit in relation to the tension on the mesh heads? Justin, not really, which I'm sure is a very helpful answer. Because I've always kind of liked the sensitivity I've got. I've never understood why the second crash is significantly quieter than all the rest, even though the settings are the same. And in terms of head tension, you do want them vaguely, you don't want them really solid tight, because they just bounce way too much, and when you get onto an acoustic it just won't feel the same at all. But obviously by nature of how small these pads are, you'd need a much bigger floor tom, for example, for it to give you the same, or to need the same amount of effort and give you the same amount of resistance a normal one would. But I think with mesh heads, you also don't want them ridiculously loose, because it affects how the sensor picks up the hit you've just done. So there is a fine balance, and you're never going to get it exactly the same as an acoustic. In terms of sensitivity on cymbals, I've never really messed with mine that much. Not really. I only really deal with the faders that I've got, which may or may not be to my detriment. I don't know. I think I'm so conditioned to this kit at this point that I don't even know. Because acoustic kits, actually, the cymbals are way louder. So, if anything, I've probably trained myself to hit cymbals a bit too loud. That's probably the only thing. Patrick Mathis, did you change the sensitivity on your F-note hi-hat to keep with barking the hi-hat? So, my main gripe with most electric kits is that it's really hard to get a trashy hat. On cheaper, like less... where the sounds aren't as good kits, you've either got on or off. It's open or shut. There is no in between, and when it's wide open, it's just such a big ugly sound that it's just a bit full on. However, I don't really want to turn that down or change the sensitivity, because then you'd get kind of acclimatized to a hi-hat that isn't as sensitive, and hi-hats in real life are very sensitive, so I try not to mess with that too much. So true. Why do my Roland cymbals need constant dusting? Like dust magnets. I know. Have I done anything about it apart from draw a smiley face on my cymbal? No. Right. Any other questions right before I go? Because I'm going to head off at probably 11, I reckon. Justin Wright. Awesome. Thanks. You don't perhaps know those sensitivity numbers. Oh, God. Do I? I'd have to find them. Where are they? No, I don't need master compression or EQ. Can you tell how often I go into this? Setup, control, pad. I don't know. Where is that? I haven't looked at it for so long, because I sit on the same drum sound and kit. Where would it be? Mixer. Yeah. Literally everything is on 120. Literally. It's all 120. Maybe is the kit down a little bit? Kick down a little bit? Yeah. Honestly, I really haven't messed with it at all. Panning is probably as original. Yeah. I haven't messed with it really. Ray, hello Emma. Love your vids, just doing nothing at work. Why are you doing nothing at work? How could you? It's not allowed. Alright. No more questions. I think we're going to leave it there for today. But it's been lovely to come on and chat to you guys as per. And hopefully I will see you again in the next video. What was I going to say? Yes, come join the Discord. Why not? It's there. If you want to talk to some other drummers, come join. All right, yes, I'm going to leave it there. All right. Peace and love, everybody. Have a great day. Big love. Mwah.